Hello everybody, good morning to one and all. So today I am going to train you about MS Windows and the continuation of it. So yesterday we were been learning about so many things, and before today we start up with the same project, the same thing in the new style. Okay, yesterday we were been just learning about the desktop in the MS Windows, and today we are going to go a little deep and understand about what are the initial points and the important things that you have to remember when I speak about MS Windows. Well, I am Kranth and I am going to teach you today about the fundamentals of computers. In fundamentals of computers, I am going to go and train you in the MS Windows and the basics. So now, yesterday we were been learning about what is actually MS Windows. You know, if you can remember, MS Windows is a functional infrastructure that we can find in the OS. So, and now when I speak about the most important thing, that is the desktop. Yesterday we were been looking at the desktop and we have seen how exactly the interface of the desktop is going to be. And now today we are going to go a little deep in understanding what is the taskbar and few other things. So let us see the slide here. We have taskbar, known as a bar located at the bottom of the screen, first introduced with Microsoft Windows 95 and found in all the versions of Windows that followed. The taskbar allows you to locate program that is currently open. It also allows them to check the date and time, items running in the background through the notification area, and with early versions of Windows, access to the quick launch. So if you can see here, we have Windows 10 taskbar overview, where you have start button, Cortana run and search, open and printed programs, that is folder, and then you have view all notification area icons, that is a notification area, and we have time and date, and then the notifications. So if you can see here, we have start button, and once you take me to the ask me anything, and this is the tab where you can ask anything to the command of the computer to the help of OS. And then we have open and pinned programs. You know, if something has been pinned or something has been opened, or if you want to review quick folder, you can just go and click it here. And then we have view all notification area icons, and then we have notification area, and then if you can see, we have time and date. And then we have notifications. So this is the most important thing you have to remember. I'll just show you. So here is the Windows button. So if you can see the example, look at here. This is the Windows button, if you can see. And I was telling about ask me anything. For example, if you can ask computer anything, for example, MS Office. So you have MS Office 2007, whatever information you require from the best match, the computer will give it to you. And you have MS Office in File Explorer, and Internet also you can search, and internal files you can search. So these is the important thing that you have to remember whenever you open the Windows. So this is the start button which I have shown you right now, and ask me anything, that is called Cortana, run and search anything. And then you have open and print programs. For example, if you can see, I have one of the open file folders. For example, I'll show you. So for example, if I'm going to Windows and I have opened File Explorer, and I have different kinds of folders here, desktop and all, etc. So when I minimize this, there is an icon called folder icon, where I can immediately once press that I can get into that folder because I have minimized it. So, this is to have a quick view of what you have pinned or opened in the last second, or the last thing that you were doing. This is what you just have to remember. All right. So, now let us go with the next one, that is time and date. Where is the time and date? Here is the time and date. If you can see, we have time and date here. So, this is called time and date, and this is called the notification area. So, we have a small pop-up coming in. If you can see, no new notification. So, for example, if I have put an internet connection, or if I have a mail, or if I have anything, the first thing I will receive is a notification, and this is the notification viewer. So, this is all about the taskbar. So, we are at the introduction of computers of the taskbar. So, now when I speak about introduction to taskbar, the only thing that you have to remember is how exactly you are utilizing the taskbar, because if you do not know how to use the taskbar in a right way, the problem that you will face is the interface problems. Obviously, when you do not know how to use the interface of the computer or your system, you will find so many difficulties in using it. All right. So, now let us see the next slide. My documents. My documents is the commonly recognized name of a special folder in Microsoft Windows. Even though starting with Windows Vista, it is called documents only, and the actual name of the folder might be different when the language of the installed copy of Windows is not English. This folder is supposed to be a personal area where users store their personal non-shared documents. However, many software developers have ignored this convention, and as a result, this folder has become a dumping ground for the application data, such as files containing settings and saved games. Users cannot delete, move, or organize these files without causing unwanted behavior in their software. Until Windows XP, it contained other subfolders such as My Pictures, My Music, My Videos. Starting with Windows Vista, these subfolders were moved out of My Documents and were made its siblings. So, people, just remember, My Document is the most commonly recognized name of special folder in Microsoft Windows. Never ever forget that, because My Documents is one of the most commonly used folders. So, when I speak about My Documents, the only thing that I just want you to remember is why exactly do we have My Documents in our OS interface? Yes, I will show you. If you can see, we have this is called My Documents. So, once I click on that, whatever documents I have, if you can see this PC to the documents. So, we have My Documents, or to find it in the computer, I will give you a basic idea. You are going to go to Start or open My PC, and in My PC you have Quick Access. Under the Quick Access you have Desktop and then My Documents. So, in My Documents you have Downloads, Music, pictures, videos before XP Vista. That means all these were into this, but now accordingly to the update of the OS, these have become the siblings of the documents. That means each folder have its personal view and personalization. So this was My Documents. Usually My Documents is used by the user to save their own personal documents which are not supposed to be shared. For example, these all are my personal things which I never want to share. So what I do, I store it in My Documents, which I never want to share. So that's what. So here is My Documents, and if you go back, it have a view like this. So this is the view you're going to have. If you can see, we have pictures here, and then usually you have videos, etc. and etc., which are now known as the siblings of the documents. So that is what we have been learning about My Documents. So My Documents is the most important thing that you have to remember whenever I speak about the most important thing, that is why is this folder actually being used. For example, when I say all this, the important thing of the My Documents is it contained other subfolders. Usually we have, if you can see, until Windows XP it contained other subfolders such as My Pictures, My Music and My Videos. Starting with Windows Vista, from Windows Vista in fact, these subfolders were moved out of My Documents. If you can, if you have seen properly the other, just a second before I was showing you about the videos folder, the pictures folders, which we literally had moved out of the subfolder, and they have made the siblings of the documents. So these My Documents are something where you use it for your personal use, which are not supposed to be shared. All right. So now let me take you with the My Document view of XP first. So this is how it looked like. You remember, in our school days, the first thing that our computers had was XP, Windows 2000. And then we have My Music, My Pictures, PDF files, My Videos. So if you can see here, we have in My Documents, My Music, My Pictures, My Videos. But now everything for the Windows 10, everything have come separately. If you had seen here in My Documents, we have all these three, but if you can see My Documents here, we have separate folders, isn't it? Separate folders, pictures. Apart from document, we have pictures, videos, and etc. So this is what you just have to remember whenever I speak about My Documents. So as I was been talking before, before Windows Vista have come, we had all these subfolders into one thing, that is My Documents, because My Documents is something called as my personal documents which are not supposed to be shared. So these people basically use it, which were not supposed to be shared, right? But though upgraded versions have the different subfolders containing, because there are a lot of data that we put into it, so that's why they use all this. So let us see the next slide. We have My Pictures. My Picture is a folder in which the default pictures are stored in the computer. For example, if you can see, there are documents, there is music, there are pictures, and then videos. So in pictures, we have all the default pictures. That is what I have mentioned on the top. If you can see, my picture is a folder in which the detailed pictures or the default pictures, this is what something you have to remember. Default pictures are something which already the computer have and the computer are stored in the computer. For example, I will just give you a basic idea. I will just go to my pictures for you. If you can see here, I have gone to my pictures. So, these are the pictures that obviously we have by default. This is the saved pictures usually we can find here, and these are the pictures that we have by default in our computer. So, this is what you just have to remember. So, we have default pictures here. So, when I speak about pictures, you would have been saving your pictures, your personal pictures, your friends' pictures, your old memories, throwback memories, fast forward memories, etc. and etc. So, all these you are going to save it in different folders exactly. You are going to put it in a folder and you are going to put it into different kinds of storage devices, but all in your computer can be found in My Pictures. If you go to My Pictures, if you search for pictures, you can get a display of all the pictures that you have been viewing from the last couple of days and all the storage that you can store. So, this is what you just have to remember when I speak about My Pictures. So, let us see the next slide, which is the most important thing that you have to remember. The recycle bin is an icon on the Windows desktop that represents a directory where deleted files are temporarily stored. This enables you to retrieve files that you may have accidentally deleted. From time to time, you will want to purge the recycle bin to free up space on your hard disk. You can also configure Windows so that it does not use the recycle bin at all, but then you will not be able to retrieve accidentally deleted files from the recycle bin. All right. So, now I will tell you a small example. So, when I speak about the recycle bin, when I really speak about the recycle bin, it is just all about how exactly you are using your trash materials. For example, you have a dustbin in your house. You have been cleaning your house and by mistake your mom or your father or your maid have kept your important paper in the dustbin unwantedly, or they do not know that it is an important paper, so they have kept it in the dustbin. So, immediately can you take your important papers from the dustbin? Yes, you can take, but if the dustbin is also been taken by the dust cleaners and you have thrown the dust outside your house or somewhere around by the trash can. So, once even the trash can is being thrown out of your house, can you get your important papers? Obviously no, or yes, you might find, you might not find. So, it is the same scenario that you will have in the recycle bin. So, recycle bin is something where you will have all the deleted files, which is called as a dustbin, and if you have accidentally deleted something, you can obviously find that in the recycle bin. But if you delete the files from the recycle bin, it is little tough to retrieve the information from the deleted files of the recycle bin. So, now let me give you a basic example on how it looks like and how it happens. So, now I will show you. Let me go to my documents and then okay, I will do something. I will take you with the desktop and when we have a folder, here, okay, and then I'll take the folder to you. This is recycle bin, if you can see here. So once I open the recycle bin, there is empty. I mean, I haven't deleted anything from couple of days, so this recycle bin is empty. Now what I'll do, for your example, I'll create a folder and I'll rename it as APSSDC, and then I'll open that folder and I'll create let us imagine, let us have a PowerPoint presentation here, and let us name it as APSSDC. APSSDC is something which we have named, alright. So now I'll close it. So if you can see, we have a folder called APSSDC. In that we have a basic presentation that we were been looking at. So here is the PPT and here is a folder. So now I want to delete this. So you have two options, that is by clicking delete option. Are you sure you want to move this file to the recycle bin, is what it has been asking. If you can see the pop-up delete file, are you sure you want to move this file to the recycle bin? Yes, and then it have been moved to the recycle bin. So I'll minimize this. You can see now the symbol itself of the recycle bin shows that it is containing something in the recycle bin. So now I'll open this and we have that PPT here and the tab. If you come here and by accidentally you have deleted that file from there, so if you right click, you have three options: restore, cut, delete, and the properties. So I'll say you all the properties. Restore is something where it takes the file to the location that was being deleted previously. So now I'll open the APSSDC and you can find that PPT again. So what it have done, it have restored the file. Now again I'll delete this, delete, yes. So once it has been deleted, can you find anything here? No, you can't find anything. So where you can find? You can find in the recycle bin. So once I have opened the recycle bin, again I'll click, there is restore, which we have already seen. Cut is something where I can paste it anywhere. For example, if you do the restore, it will go to the APSSDC folder, but you don't want this PPT to be there, or you want to just see this anywhere. So what you can do, you can just see cut, and if you right click here, you can paste it here on the desktop. See, so I'll put it back into recycle bin again. So we have it. Then we have delete, which will delete the file totally from the recycle bin, which we can't restore. And then we have properties. If you can see, we have the properties, I mean the details of the file. Alright. So this is the thing that you have to remember. So now I am able to restore it. So now I'll do one thing, I'll delete from here. This is delete. Are you sure you want to permanently delete this file? If I type yes, I can't get this folder now, or I can't get that PPT now. You will not find it here, you will not find it in the recycle bin. How will you restore it? You can't restore it now because we have deleted from the recycle bin. We really can't get that file back. So always remember, never before deleting it from the recycle bin, think twice and thrice, because this will happen so many times. So now what will I do? I'll again give you an example of PowerPoint, and that is APSSDC. So if I show the APSSDC here, and if I am deleting this from the APSSDC, instead of clicking all the time, right click and going to delete option, you can directly click on this and press the delete switch that you have on the keyboard. See, I have directly been typing delete and then enter button, so it is being deleted. This is the second way of easy way to delete the files. This is all about recycle bin. Let us imagine you have so many files here, you know, in recycle bin you have like 100 to 200 files which are unwanted. So you can't go to each and every file and get, you know, you can't just right click and say delete, right? So what you can do, you can just right click on the recycle bin. You have empty recycle bin, pin to start button, create shortcut, rename, properties. So if you can see, first open, that is what it will open the recycle bin, and then again if you have empty recycle bin is the most important thing that you have to remember when I am speaking about the recycle bin, because once you hit this button, the entire files in the recycle bin will get deleted. So never do that. And then we have pin to start, that means if I do this, you will get that on the start button. I'll give you a basic example. We can, this basically is not working. So let us look at the other name. You can recycle, I mean you can you know, name it as, you know, trash. You can rename the recycle bin as trash, or you know, again the same, right? Let it be recycle bin. This is what it is, so you can rename it. And then we have properties, that how much space does it carry and from where does it carry and all. Alright, hope we are clear about the recycle bin. So now let us see our slide. So what is this? This is all about the recycle bin. If we were been looking at the recycle bin and its definition, recycle bin is nothing but a trash can that you put all your deleted files into it. And trash can have different kinds of folders included in it, and if you want to restore it or regain it, you can just do it by going to the recycle bin. Alright. So now I just want you to see the next slide. We have control panel, which is the most important thing that you have to remember whenever I speak about the computers. When I speak about the control panel is a part of the Microsoft Windows in older versions, which allows users to view and manipulate basic system settings and controls via applets, such as adding hardware, adding and removing software, controlling user accounts, and changing accessibility options. Okay, so this is how you do it. For Windows 10, in the search box on the taskbar, type control panel and then select control panel. For Windows 8.1 and Windows RT 8.1, again the same, go for search and then press control or type control panel, and then you can find the control panel and click the start button on the click start. You know, for Windows 7 you directly have control panel in the Windows tab. So now I will give you an example about what is control panel. So before going for control panel, I just want you to brief what is control panel actually. Control panel is a is a particular place where you can manipulate and change any information, or you can basically remodify your settings, or you can basically set your system basic settings to what and how exactly your interface want to be like. So, if you want to delete any application, if you want to put up a password, if you want to change your application size, etc. and etc., we have everything in control panel. The meaning itself says controlling the entire panel. So, the control panel have all the settings and all the information that is required to manipulate and change your computer. So, let us see the computer. Let us see the slide here. So, if you can see here, I have said you about what is control panel. So, now let me show you how to go to control panel in Windows 10. So, I will type control panel. So, already we have got that, but still I will type it for you. So, once I have typed the control panel on the tab that we have seen it on the taskbar. So, I will hit the enter, and then we have control panel which got open. In control panel we have system and security, user accounts, appearance and personalization, network and internet, clock, language and region, easy of access, programs, hardware and sound. So, these are something that are found in the control panel. So, now I will give you a brief about what is a control panel and what things that we can do in the control panel. Okay. So, before I take you with the control panel, I just want you to show that in the slide. For example, if you can see the slide here, the second thing I just want to show you, once we go to control panel, yes, we have seen system and security out here, and we have user and family safety, and we have network and internet, we have appearance and personalization, we have hardware and sound, we have clock, language and region, we have programs, and we have ease of access. This is what you have to remember when I speak about the control panel. So, when I speak about the control panel, you know what, you will find so many interesting things that you can, you know about computer, you know about recycle bin, you know about what is the interface of the computer, you know about so many things, but when I say that, it is the most important thing that you have to remember, that is the control panel in the interface, because any interface and any exchange of things can happen through the control panel. And when I take you with the control panel in deep, I just want you to view what we have in the control panel by accessing into each and everything. I want you to have a quick look into everything, go into that, go deep into what is system and security, what is user account and family safety, what is network and internet, what is appearance and personalization, what is hardware and sound, what is clock, language and region, what is programs, and what is easy of access. So, now let us see what do control panel have. I will take you with my computer. If you can see here, I will delete this folder also. It is currently being used. So, I will close all the windows and put this into recycle bin. Okay. So, now you have system and security, user accounts, network and internet, appearance and personalization, hardware and sound, easy of access, program. Now, I will show you the clear end details of system and security. When we have security and maintenance, we have the first thing that if you can see here, we have review your computer status and resolve issues. Change your account control settings, troubleshoot common computer problems. So, I will click this for you. We have security, we have maintenance, troubleshooting and recovery. I don't want to do this because right now the entire system will get troubleshooted, which is a problem for me and as well for you. And then we have Windows Firewall, that is something which protects us from virus. Here you have system, your amount of RAM and processor speed, launch remote assistance, see the name of this computer. Let us see the name of this computer. What is this? This is what we have, the details of the computer system. Even you can directly go by clicking into the properties of the My Computer. If you can see, we have general. For example, if you go here, get properties, or you can directly go to My Computer, and then we have properties here too, where you will get the entire usage of the information about your computer. So, now let me take you with the control panel again. If you can see, by going through control panel, I got the control panel here. So, system and all we have been doing, backup and restore, and then when I go to user accounts, you have change the account type or remove your accounts, or basically you can you can just view your personal details on what you have mentioned here, or what is that you want to do it here, and what personalization you want to see. This is user, that is your accounts. And then I'll tell you about network and internet. If you go, what kind of internet you have, connect to a network, view network status and tasks, view network computers and devices. I just don't want to go deep into it because you'll get confused. We'll have another class about all this, but this is just an outline and out map on how exactly we have the options as. And now I'll take you with the appearance and personalization, that is taskbar and navigation, that is this one. And then we have easy accommodate low vision, use screen reader, turn to easy access, turn high contrast or on or off. You have file explorer options, you have fonts. If you go to fonts, what kinds of fonts do you have in the computer, or what modification can you do for your computer, everything can be displayed here. These are the inbuilt fonts in your computer that you can put it and reinstall for your computer. So, I don't want to do anything right now because my computer will obviously get spoiled. So, let me just take an outlook or give you an outview of this computer. And then we have clock, language and region, that is date and time. You can set the date and time, or you can also change the time zone, and you can basically change the language, and you can also change the location. So, depending upon that, your time and display would obviously change. And then we have hardware and sound. If you basically have put in a device, or you have added something called as touchpad, or you can basically install, or you can see the power options. If it is a lappy, you can just change the battery settings, or you can basically remodify these settings. And we have sound. If you have put in the speakers for this computer, obviously you can adjust the sound, and you can remodify it, or you can set the settings for this. So, now I will show you the programs, what programs do we have, programs and feature. If you want to uninstall a program from this, you can basically open the programs tab, where all these applications are something which are built in my computer by installing them. So, if I want to uninstall anything, I just have to click on that and directly, or right click on that, or you can uninstall here, or you can directly go here and click on that and go to the top, and you can hit the uninstall this program button. So which makes the entire application get deleted in your computer. So I don't want to delete anything from my computer right now, so everything is cool. So I don't want to do any modifications for this computer. So that is what this programs where you can have uninstall a program directly, because if there is a virus application that is being installed in your computer, you can directly uninstall it by clicking the program. And then we have easy of access. I'll show you. So this is what you can make the mouse easier to use, you can make the keyboard easier to use, you can, without a display, optimize for blindness, make the computer easier to see, optimize visual display, set up alternate input device. So all these are easy of access. That is what the meaning of the easy of access mean. Magnifier, you have magnifier, start on screen keyboard. If I hit that, you'll get a keyboard here. So all these are something which you have to remember, right? I don't want to do any settings for my computer, so I'll let it be like this. So this is all about the control panel and its components. So that is what you have to remember when I speak about the control panel and its usage. So people, we have been learning about the control panel and its usage today. So this is what you just have to remember. So before I take you with the introduction to computer and fundamentals of MS Windows, I just want to have a review of what is MS Windows again. So Microsoft Windows, or simply Windows, is a meta family of graphical operating systems developed, marketed and sold by Microsoft. This is basically a Microsoft product, so always remember that, alright. It consists of several families of operating systems, different families of operating systems again, each of which cater to a certain sector of the computing industry, with the OS typically associated with IBM PC compatible architecture. So just remember that. This is basically an infrastructure that gives you an overview of how to customize and remodify your computer. So that is what we have seen in the MS Windows today. So when I speak about MS Windows and its usage, it's just manufactured by Microsoft, and remember that Microsoft is one of the most amazing companies, and it have produced MS Windows for your usage. So I think we had a clear idea about MS Windows and its usage. So today we have finished the class about the MS Windows and its usage, including the control panel and the interfaces. So never forget that, and share this video to your friends and let them know the importance of the MS Windows, and let them know to have an idea about what is computers and fundamentals of it. So thank you so much for listening to my class, and thank you for being patient with my class, and have a very good day today. And I am Kranth, and I'll be teaching you more classes. Thank you so much.